Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your Travel God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a Friday evening, getting close to Friday night video. And it's Friday night. Do you know what that means? We got WWE SmackDown coming away at the top of the hour. Should be a great show. I believe from San Jose, California tonight. It's Bayley's hometown, so Bayley's on the show. She's going to be taking on Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, and a whole lot more tonight on SmackDown. Pat McAfee's huge announcement, whatever that's going to be, we're going to be watching it. We might be happy, might be rioting. Who knows what we're going to do tonight, but we're going to watch SmackDown at 8 p.m. on that great station of the USA Network. So get ready for that. But it's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Something for that weekend. It's the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And it's gonna be great. Hope you have a great time. And I hope you had a great Friday. Not too cold here in the Northeast today, but it is what it is. But it is April the 10th, 2026, as we're getting near the midpoint of April. 5 more days to go till you have to tax day, so hopefully this weekend you file your taxes, because IRS Mike Rotunda might come out and kick your ass. So we got that. But hope you had a great Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 66. Get my taxes now. And thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants. Down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. So do it now. Subscribe to the channels. And leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from the past, now, and in the future. Comment below these stupid comments. You get audited and sent to the Shadow Realm, where Satan and Ozzy will basically audit you again, and then laugh at you and then eat your soul, and then take the rest of your money. And that's pretty much it. So don't do it. Go do it somewhere else, because you ain't gonna do it on my channel. And if you don't like that, well, kiss my rosy red ass, Mahoney. Go fuck yourself. And that's pretty much it. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you do, you are SOL. You are, well, you're SOL. You better know what that means by now. And if you don't, you're still SOL. And that's pretty much it. And for a brand newbies out there, if you're thinking about subscribing, please do. Don't hesitate not to, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you want to, you like wrestling and music and movies and all that other good stuff, then hit the subscribe button down below on this channel. Show my other channels your love and support. Lots of content on there as well. And when you do subscribe, as we say in the business, grab that tasty cold one. And welcome to the party, pal. And we hope you enjoy the ride. And you sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. And if you like it, once again, if you like it, great. You know, we'll fuck you, man. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Friday night, we got SmackDown tonight. Getting ready for a big, huge weekend. Pretty much, WrestleMania week starts tonight. So, a lot of videos will be coming your way for the next week or so. So, not every day. We'll try every day, but we'll see. Because, you know, I'm busy. Other people are busy. And other creators are going to WrestleMania in a couple of days. So get them while they're hot. Watch all your favorite content creators right now. And through Mania week up until whenever they come back. Because some of them may not be coming back for about a week. So, because they'll be in Vegas and doing other things. So, I know East is going to Vegas. Lots of other people going to Vegas. I wish I was going to Vegas, but I'm not. Too expensive. Very expensive to go to Vegas. Especially getting a fucking seat for Mania and getting a good hotel. I mean, it is what it is. A lot of money. A lot of money to go to Vegas. I'd rather go to AC, but WrestleMania won't be coming back to AC for a while. Or at least any wrestling pay-per-view. We'll see, but hopefully soon. get a pay-per-view in Atlantic City, and I could just go down there for a night, come back. Don't have to worry about it. Hop, skipping, jump. All I need to do is book the hotel, get the tickets for the event, and then, you know, I gotta book the tickets, book the hotel, get my bus tickets, and then have food money, which shouldn't be that much. So I don't have to waste a lot of money, but I'm only gonna be there for the show and go home the next day, most likely. So get to do a little gambling on your Sunday, whatever day it is. If it's a Saturday night pay-per-view, get there Saturday afternoon, do a little gambling, and then go right to the, check in, and then go right to the arena, wherever it's going to be at. But, whatever. Moving on. But, hopefully, we get Dynamite back in AC, we get Collision, Ring of Honor, pay-per-view, maybe Raw and SmackDown will come to AC. We'll see. But we got all that. But tonight, SmackDown from San Jose should be a great show. Like I said, Pat McAfee's big, huge announcement. Don't know what that is, but we'll see what happens. But with that, and then Charlotte and Alexa Bliss tonight. Drew McIntyre is going to expose Jacob Fatu, Yamin. And a whole lot more on your 2-hour queue for Insomnia. And that's WWE SmackDown. And we'll talk about SmackDown probably tomorrow. But right now, everything I'm going to tell you right now is going to happen right now. But what happened then? You missed it, and when will it be now? Soon. Soon it will be now. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and kind of out of date TNA Impact Wrestling and the return of Ring of Honor review for last night, April the 9th, 2026. Alright, let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. Ring of Honor came back after, a week off. But we'll get to Ring of Honor in a little bit. As always, we saw it with a better show, and that's TNA Impact Wrestling. The go-home show before Rebellion, which looks like a pretty damn good card. Got lots to talk about. And even the prophecy was on the show. Well, we get that. Alright, so we are once again emanating from the Alario Center in West Waco, Louisiana, on the outskirts of Nolens. That's New Orleans for you dumb people at home. And as always, our commentary team of Tom Phillips and the man who does Rusev Day. And that's Matthew Waywall, otherwise known as Aiden English. Alright, we got that. Alright, this was a pretty good show. The main event, we had the Hardys defending the tag team titles against the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch. In a tables match, right before one of them faces Bear Bronson, Mophead, and Brian Myers at Rebellion for the tag team titles. So, see how that goes and who goes on the Rebellion. But before we get to that match in the main event, we start off with a contract signing, and we have the director of Authority, and that's Santino Walala, you Salmagan. And he's there with the suit. Shut up, I'm talking, basically. Daria Ray or Sonya Deville, who look like Cruella Deville. My puppies! Those puppies! Anyway, Cruella Deville, Sonya Deville, whatever you want to call it. She's in the ring for the contract signing between Mike Santana and the number one contender, cashing in his Feast of Fire briefcase, and that's Eddie Edwards from the System. So, Sonya Deville does the introductions for Eddie and Mike, much to Santino's chagrin and annoyance. So Eddie comes out and is not impressed, Santana. Not impressed, Skywalker. He's not impressed. Not impressed with Mike. Talks about how they've had similar paths in TNA. They both started as tag team wrestlers. Remember Eddie and Davey Richards of the American Wolves. Santana Ortiz of Eddie X. Proud and powerful, whatever you want to call him. were fighting for every scrap they could find. Both of them wound up becoming two-time TNA World Heavyweight Champions. But that's the end of that. So Eddie stayed in TNA while Santana left when things got bad. So Eddie says, I carried this company on my back while you found out that the grass isn't always greener in the inner circle. Ooh. Punch in the dick to an AEW reference. So Eddie signs. We got a big old Santana chant from the crowd. So then Santana takes his glasses off. You know, when he does that, he means business. So he looks Eddie in his eye and says, it's true that Eddie stayed while I left, so I could test myself against the best in the world. No Punk reference. But I came back to prove what I can do around here in TNA. Mentions 2 years ago, he took a sledgehammer, cracked the foundation. I don't know what that meant, including Eddie. I don't know what that sledgehammer meant. Was that a diss or, you know, a mention of WWE? I don't know. But anyway. So Mike says, at Rebellion, Eddie, you are going to lose to a man who bets on himself every single night. I'm doing this for the fans. Then he signs a contract. But Eddie says the fans won't be there to help him at Rebellion. They tease a little fight. And then Eddie brings up Santana's family. I think his daughter. Oh, that set off Santana. Because he says that Eddie lost part of his family. Meaning the system. When Alicia Edwards, his wife, teamed up with Moose to get a big black cock in her pussy. That's basically, you know. So anyway, Cedric Alexander comes out for a 2-on-1 brawl, but then the X Division champion, Leon Slater, we saw this last week, he came in for the save, and I'm like, yup, we're gonna get a tag team match out of this, right? Not this time. So they clean house. Leon then hits a big flippy dippity-doo over the ring post. That was impressive. And then Santana, you know, he was really passionate, you know, and everything. But I think he did a little too much. You didn't have to like, you know. But, so, he might think this is not a big match, but I mean, it's against Eddie, and then you gotta worry about, you know, the rest of the system coming out. Cedric. You know, Cedric has a match against Leon Slater for the X Division title. Bear Bronson and Brian Myers had the tag team title match against the Hardys, or it could be the Righteous. I mean, so yeah, Mike's got like targets all around him, and he's pretty much shot each one. He's still a champ, but his contract is ending soon, and he may be going up to the NXT or main roster for Raw and SmackDown. So I don't know if he's got to stay in TNA. We'll see. And if he, because his contract ends in the summer, so he might lose the belt at Slammiversary, which I think is in June. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, first segment, 3.25 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running on Empire Wrestling. We get that. Alright, then we get a video from Flop Dollar, AJ Francis, and Tulsa Cleveland Browns on the way to Rebellion, because Rebellion's in Cleveland tomorrow. Doesn't like Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler as well, as he's from Cleveland. Well, close to Cleveland, even though The Miz is from Cleveland, and Logan Paul was from Cleveland. Anyway, because and then both of them moved away from Cleveland because, you know, Cleveland sucks. Miz went to LA, I think, or Texas. And we don't know where Logan Paul went, become a Puerto Rican, you know, he thinks he is, but he's not. He's a fake Puerto Rican. Anyway. So anyway, which is why he took something away from Nick. And now it's time to take out Ryan, his little brother, at Rebellion. So we'll see what happens with that little situation, and we move on. Alright, so 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then, for the final time, sadly to say this, but my girl, Dani Luna, I think this is her last televised TNA match on Impact. She takes on Jada Stone with the Puerto Rican princess. No, not Issa, but the other Puerto Rican princess. That's Tasha Steelz of Order 4. She's on commentary. It was an okay match. Back and forth they went, but we're getting to the end. Jada hits a quick drop kick and a hurricanrana out of the corner to take Danny Luna down. A slingshot famouser sets up a split-legged moonsault. Not one of a kind, but, you know, by Kaylani. But anyway, split-legged moonsault gets a near fall. Danny comes right back with another hard shot. Jada looked like she was out of it, but she backflips into an ankle scissors. That was impressive. Sets up a nasty-looking corkscrew moonsault where Jada landed on Danny Luna's head. I think knocked her out. And goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Jada Stone gets the win over. Say goodbye to Danny Luna. And what's next for Danny? I don't know. I mean, she put that up on her X account today. She's in Britain, so I wouldn't be surprised she goes to AEW. I think Tony Khan, you know, would do his magic and do something with her. Maybe put her in Ring of Honor, put her in the women's division, go after the TBS title. Maybe go for the world title. Who knows? Who knows? So that's that. Match-wise, 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Tasha Steelz lays her out with this wicked finisher. Which like picks her up in like almost like a pedigree position. Boom! Like a short pedigree. Almost. Or a short power driver almost. Almost like a Jay Briscoe, like, you know, Jay Driller. Like a short version of it. But effective. And that's that. Alright, there we see a video of Elijah. Who wants to walk with Elijah? So, he's walking through a cemetery. So it's about how you just walk. And then some kid comes up to him saying that him and his dad were big fans. And he's like, will you walk with me? Yes. So, Elijah walks with the kid to his dad's grave, prays with him. But it's all a ruse because Frankie Kazarian jumps him from behind, throws him into a tree. He gives the kid $20, but it was supposed to be $100. And then Kaz is like, yeah, I lied. Life sucks. Get used to it. Really, dude? Really? That's mean. Give the kid where's the other $80? Fucker. Like, dude, you give me $20? Where's the other 80? Fuck you. But anyway, he throws in a Bible verse. Of all things, Kaz is now talking about God. Referencing biblical references now. I say Kaz. Okay. Talks about that and revenge. Leaves Elijah laying in the cemetery, basically. Fucking bizarre. Like, what the fuck? That was weird. First, Kaz comes in, rips off a kid for $80, and then beats up Elijah, throws him into a tree, and then he's referencing biblical references. He's like throwing out Bible verses and shit. I'm like, what the hell is this? But I guess we'll go with it, because Kaz and Elijah are gonna fight tomorrow night. Let's see what happens with that. Alright, I gave it a weird 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's it. Alright, back to the ring we go with the lovely ladies. And especially this lovely lady, former Knockouts World Champion from the Dollhouse, Taryn Terrell. Oh, what was she wearing? Oh, what was she not wearing? Holy crap. Woo! For a woman's like 40-something years old, used to be married to Drew McIntyre, how did you lose her, dude? I think there was some domestic violence there. I don't know. I want to get into that. I think we all know, some of us know the story of Drew McIntyre and Taryn Terrell, why they broke up. Anyway. But anyway. Taryn's in her hometown of New Orleans, Louisiana, but she never got to say goodbye because her career was wrapped up a little bit too early. I think she got injured. She got really badly injured anyway. I forget. Anyway, over the last few weeks, she's seen what the Elegance brand has been saying to various legends like ODB and now Mickie James. So that brings out the Elegance brand with, we have Timu, Nigel McGuinness, George the Iceman. We have Mr. Elegance, the Timu version of Jack Perry. and M and Heather by elegance. So M mocks Taryn, who wants nothing to do with them. And then I think it was Heather says, "Hey Taryn, look at this!" So we go to the Tron, and we see ODB and Mickey James down in the back. I guess they got attacked by them. So Taryn's all by herself, and pretty much a 3-on-1 beatdown. And then Mr. Elegance gives her a slam. Ow. And then M and Heather hit Nip and Tuck, whatever that finisher they hit, Nip and Tuck. And they leave Taryn in pretty much a pool of her own, not blood, but, you know, they just left her laying. So now, tomorrow night, we got a hardcore country street fight. Whatever that is. I guess it's just a street fight with hardcore rules. But knowing how ODB and especially Mickey James know how to get hardcore, not like that, but, you know, this is going to be, it might be brutal, but it's going to be insane. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night with that. Alright, gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, Santino Moreno. He's in the back yelling at his hot daughter, Ariana Grace, the Knockouts champion, and his son-in-law, Stacks Mahomes, who basically says, "Shut up, Grandpa," "Shut up, old man," stuff like that. And, saying nobody's here to protect you. So Santino punches Stacks right in the face, and then goes after them. He goes after them into the women's locker room. Well, Stacks and his wife go into the women's locker room. He can't go in. And then Indy Hartwell, she pops in and says, yeah, it's clear. Let's go. So then they go in. We hear a lot of screaming and just chaos. What's going on? And then we see Indy and Santino come out. Obviously, they beat the crap out of Stacks and Ariana Grace. So they come out. Indy gives Santino the Cobra! Which is still a sock. Oh, that's where it was. In her pants. I bet. But anyway, we move on with that. So, yeah. That's that. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, we go back to the ring. We got Ryan Nemeth on commentary as Frankie Kazarian takes on that fake YouTuber BDE, Brandon the Entertainer. Under 4-minute match. It wasn't anything to write home about. BDE got a few moves in. Near the end, he goes for a springboard, gets counted into a backstabber, and then Kaz finishes him off with the crossface chicken wing, and BDE tapped out. Under 4-minute match, didn't care. 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Ryan goes after Brandon. I was like, "What are you doing?" And then Brandon smacks him in the face. Then the lights go out. Elijah's there and chases Kaz out. So a little bit of revenge for what happened during the cemetery segment. Okay. That's it. We move on. Alright, then we go to our next match. Cora Jade, Atlanta Black taking on Myla Grace with Holly Hudson at ringside. Wasn't anything to write home about. Under 3.5 minutes. Did I say under 3.5 minutes? Yeah. Cora Jade got the win with the blackout. And that was pretty much it. I didn't really care for this match that much either. 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then Sonya Deville tells Santino Marella that he and Indy Hartwell are suspended indefinitely for what happened in the women's locker room, what they did to Ariana Grace and Stacks. Indy's saying, "Hey, I came in because, they started it, this and that." And Darby's like, "I don't give a crap." And he's like, "Are you assaulting me?" I'm like, Indy barely even touched her, and she's suspended. I don't get it. I think Sonya is on a power trip. But that's just me. We'll see what happens with that. We move on. 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then, Gia Mills on the ramp. She brings out her special guest man who just signed to TNA. He has the greatest theme song in TNA, and that's Bang Bang! Sosa! bang, bang! Sosa! Ricky Sosa, ladies and gentlemen. He comes out and he's here to show the world what the young savage is like. Speaking of young, Eric Young, old man, old fart, Eric Old, or old Grandpa Eric Young. He comes out, calls him a wannabe, and Ricky Sosa ain't impressed with Eric Young, so wants to fight him. When Eric hits him in the face, they brawl, and then Eric Young hits a pile driver on the ramp. Ow! Leaves him laying. So I guess we're gonna get a Ricky Sosa, Eric Young feud. I thought we were gonna make it a match tomorrow at Rebellion. I don't know. We'll see. That's that. Moving on. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Now, we get to the segment of the night. You gotta love this. Tessa Blanchard, who we saw at the end of last week's show, entered the Undead Realm, where we saw our Father James Mitchell, one member of the Prophecy, of course. So we kind of continue that, and Tessa's like, "What is this place?" And then James like, "This is a place where your fantasies and your greatest fears come alive." He's laughing up a storm. Says, "The way to that, you must navigate your way to the undead realm, and I will be your personal concierge." Right. Alright, so we got that, and then we go to Mara Sade, to correct Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, and my girl, my wife, my demon assassin, the co-founder of the Prophecy. You know her, you love her, you can't get enough of her. Rosemary, they're in a cave where Rosemary tells her to be on her guard. And that's fine with Mara Sade. And then Allie the bunny pops up, talks about dying. He's like, "Hi, I'm Allie," you know. And then Rosemary's like, "Wrong bunny." Wrong bunny. Okay. So we saw how she died, thanks to Sue Young with the Freddy Krueger claws. So Allie's like, "I'm sick of being dead." Well, yeah, we are too. And then Rosemary talks to both of them and says they need to change a little bit, get new clothes, something like that. So they go to find new clothes, and then Rosemary's like, "You do know your way around here, right? 6 years," something like that. And then we cut to Alicia Fox, looking lost in the undead realm. Well, it's kind of dark, you know. It's hard to get through there if you don't know where the fuck you're going. But anyway, then we cut back to Rosemary. We see her in a room with a whole bunch of screens from Shudder, because April is horror movie month on Shudder. Why not? Then we cut to Mila Moore. She's walking in the undead realm. She gets kidnapped again by Jessica Havoc. We hear her scream. And then we cut to James Mitchell in another room singing "My Way" by Frank Sinatra. What is this? "He's my way." No. And then Rosemary comes in, praises him singing, but he's like, "I think you're up to something, Rosemary. Are you trying to deep dive into the 7 deadly sins?" She goes, "Mm-hmm. So, but I need some help from you there, James." And then they go into like this tent-like area. She says, she says something, and then we pan over, we see Abyss. I'm like, "Ah! It's Abyss!" And Abyss is like, "Father, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." What happened last time we saw Abyss and James Mitchell, where Abyss fucked James Mitchell up. So, I think Abyss is kind of, reconciling with James Mitchell, and now kind of working with Rosemary, so we have a little Decay reunion, because we saw Crazy Steve, and we have the Death Dolls reunion of Jessica Havoc and Rosemary. Now we have Allie, too. This is great. I want to see where this ends. It might end tomorrow night, maybe next week, because I don't even know how many sins we have left. But we get to be continued. So, stay tuned tomorrow night for more exciting prophecy action. It's the greatest thing on TV right now. It's great. I love it. Of course, the Mets are losing to the fucking Athletics. What else is new? Athletics took 2 or 3 from the fucking Yankees. One hit them yesterday, and now they're coming into Citi Field and they're beating the Mets. And then we say the Athletics suck. They're really saying, yeah, we suck. Smacking around the 2 big New York teams. Shit. Jeff McNichols' homecoming, too. Shit. But it's 1-0 Athletics. I think it's the 3rd inning. I'm not going to look, but we got that. But hopefully the Mets come back and win this game and not get embarrassed. They lost 2 or 3 to Diamondbacks, who were tough. But, pitching and defense just stunk. Really, the pitching stunk. And now Clay Holmes gives up a fucking run to the Athletics. What else is new? And that's that. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Rosemary and the Prophecy and James Mitchell and company. Probably tomorrow at Rebellion. And that's that. Alright, after that, Order 4 are in the ring. Mustafa Ali, the Great Hands, Skyland Hodge. We have Agent Zero, the big guy, and Tasha Steelz are on the ring. They call out Trey Miguel, the Intercontinental Champion. On cue, he comes out. Ali apologizes for what happened to Jada Stone earlier. And then he mocks Trey Miguel's criminal history. Oh, I never got a parking ticket. And said that he's not a champion because he's too good for TNA. And then Trey says Ali isn't a champion because he's a scumbag and a coward. And then Mustafa Ali called him a second chance champion. And Trey's like, yeah, I needed a second chance, but maybe that's why the fans accepted me. Ali is just so perfect, but TNA treats him like family. And Ali starts laughing because Order 4 is the only family he has. Because Order 4 is the only family here. Since the Rascals are not there anymore, they're in AEW right now. That's Myron Reed, Desmond Xavier, and Zachary Wentz. They're in AEW right now. So Trey mocks Order 4, says Ali has nothing, including balls. So Ali's like, I have balls, so I'm going to order my group out of here. We're going to go one-on-one, right? Wrong. So they leave, they fight a little bit, and then eventually, the Great Hands come in, and then Agent Zero comes in, choke slams him, they continue to beat him down, and then Moose, he comes out for the save. A big, huge spear on Mustafa Ali, lays them all out, so him, Trey, and Alicia Edwards pretty much stand tall in the middle of the ring, and that's pretty much it. We get that. Alright, then we get the Rebellion rundown, and then we get to your main event tables match, where both members have to go through tables. We got the Righteous of Vincent and Dutch. They take on the Hardy Boys. Broken Matt Hardy, yes! Wonderful! Delete! And Jeff Hardy, dude! Alright, this match was crazy as shit. Tables were put out. Nobody goes to a table yet until Vincent goes to a table. Then right after that, Matt Hardy went through the table. So it was 1-1. And then we get to the end. They go back in the ring. Vincent misses a swanton. Jeff does the same thing. Hits a twist of fate. Drops Vincent on the floor. Then Jeff goes back up top. Swanton bomb through the table on the outside to retain the tag team titles in under 14 minutes. Match was crazy. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that was it. And then after the match, Dutch drives both of the Hardys through the table that was set up in the corner. Wasn't used. But he used it in the end to put him away, and that was it. So the Hardys are gonna be going into Rebellion a little bit banged up to face Bear Bronson and Brian Myers. I hope they retain, but you got the Righteous, lurking from behind. So it might be a title change tomorrow, but I'm still gonna go with the Hardys to retain. I think they're probably gonna lose at the next event, whatever that is. Probably the one after Rebellion leading into Slammiversary. maybe Under Siege or whatever the next one is. But that's that. Alright, so all in all, TNA wasn't that bad. So I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. And that's that. Alright, now we're going to get to Ring of Honor. Excuse me, they came back last night, since they had a week off, which is rare. But anyway, we're back with Ring of Honor action, once again from WJCT Studios in Jacksonville, Florida. And we find out that Supercard of Honor is being set up for next month. Don't have the date. Actually, do we have the date? I can look it up. It says next month, so I'm thinking it's next month. Okay, so Supercard of Honor is Friday night, May 15th at the Macamaco Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury, Maryland. 19th edition of Supercard. So Supercard of Honor 19. That's very good for TNA. Ring of Honor. So we're setting up possible matches and the feuds. We're about a month away from Supercard of Honor 19 from Salisbury, Maryland. Alright, so our commentary team of the boring man himself, Ian Bickup Boring, and the Pasta. My good friend. If I don't do this, he gets mad. The Pasta. Caprice Coleman. Alright, so we're finally getting somewhere with these storylines. And hopefully some title matches get announced for Supercard. Alright, so we start off with Eddie Kingston and the Funky Monkey himself, Ortiz. They want young, fresh opponents, so we get Busta and the Brain from GCW, I believe. And, we get that. Match is set up, but Eddie tells them to earn their handshake. So they want to say, hey, we're Busta and the Brain. Busta and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. Okay, no, that's Pinky and the Brain. We all know that. Narf! No. Alright, so they want a code of honor, but Eddie's like, you gotta earn that. Alright, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, opening sequence, and then we got a video on TMDK. That's Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols. They're going to be taking on Rocky the Mano Essay and Trent Beretta of Roppongi Vice. So we see a video of that. They've never faced each other until now, which is surprising because they're both in Japan. Anyway, match itself was alright. Pretty good. 11-minute match. We're getting to the end. Beretta's charge misses, and forever lariats are broken up. Well, you ain't going to do that because, you know... Why is he doing that? I only say forever! Well, he's kinda, sorta paying tribute to you there, Terry. He's a fenced-in piece of shit! I know, Terry. I know. He's a loser. You're a champion. You're a great man. There, Terry. I was a hardcore legend in Japan. Japan! #1! Forever! And never! And never! Okay, Terry, we get it. Thank you. Pencilneck! Oh, that's bloody Blassie, dude. Don't interrupt me! Sorry. Leave him alone! Oh, will you stop, Mick? Cactus, stop being a fucking idiot. Stop. And stop. Stop. Just stop. Get out of your mouth, Terry! Cactus, stop being an idiot and eat your Doritos. Okay, they're very tasty. Would you like one? No. Would you like one, Mr. Joseph? I have some over here. Good. Have a nice day. Cactus, shut up. Okay, guys, stop. So, anyway, so it goes for that, missed. They get broken up, allow the tag back to Shane Hayes. Suplex puts Trent Beretta down for a near fall. Rocky the Mano is back with a double Hurricane Rana. Shane Hayes gets knocked out of the ropes with a top rope double stomp. Damn. And some running kicks in the corner. Rock him again. Mikey Nichols makes the save, sends Trent Beretta outside. Rocky Romero's back up with a suicide dive to drop Shane Hayes. And then Trent hits Mikey Nichols with strong zero to get the win hey, Roppongi Vice actually get a win. Woo! 11-minute match. It was pretty decent. 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it for that. And then Ian Riccaboni said, on the win, says, LFI better watch out, the tag team champions, as the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, and the Beast, Mortos. Okay. Ian Riccaboni being an idiot again. What else is new? But he's probably told that by Tony Khan or somebody in the back. You have to earn your title shot there, Ian. You should know that by now, moron. Let me move on. All right, match number 2. Lio Rush, the creepy man, looks like the dog from Ghostbusters, one of Gozer the Gozerian's dogs. So he takes on Nathan Cruz. It was an okay match. If you make a wish, 5-5-5 time. Only 6 minutes. Back and forth they went, but in the end, Nathan Cruz is right back with the Samoan driver for a near fall. But Roosh gives him a stunner. Back out a stunner! And then Leo hits the final hour. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. That's it. So Lio Rush still, getting some wins in Ring of Honor. Match was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Then we're going to look back at the women of Ring of Honor at Global Wars. That was last week, I believe. Speaking of 1-0, Deonna Purrazzo, the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champion, says if Diamante wants to come after her title with Pure Rules says if Diamante wants to come after the Women's Pure Rules title at Supercard, she says just bring it. So there's your first title match. That's our first match for Supercard. And it's a Pure Rules Women's title match. You gotta love that. That's good. So Deonna Purrazzo takes on Diamante. I think Deonna will win that. We'll see. And remember, Diamante is one of Athena's minions along with my girl Billy Starks. So I think she's gonna go through her to get to Billy Starks, to get to Athena. Whenever that match happens, we'll get that. Speaking of Pure Rules, we go to the men this time. Josh the Goods Woods, a former Pure champion, takes on Daddy Magic, Matt Maynard. Do you want to know what makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard? You want to know? Ask him yourself, because I don't know. We get that. Alright, they get technical. This was a 2-minute match. 2 minutes? Anyway, Woods gets sent into the ropes for the first rope break. Daddy Magic goes to the floor to chase him, catches him in a foot face lock on the way back in, which was in the ropes, which is a second rope break. And then a Boston Crab as Josh Woods going to the ropes for a third time. What? So Matt Maynard beat former TV champion, former Pure Rules champion Josh Woods in 2 minutes? What? Huh? Tony, can you tell me what just happened in my good ear, please? How does Matt Maynard beat him? I don't get it. Alright. Match gave 2 out of 5 stars. I just didn't understand that. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. That didn't end the match. I'm sorry. I looked at my notes wrong. Sorry. So he uses final rope break. So Maynard tries another Boston Crab. Woods immediately reversed it into a leg lock. And then Matt Maynard just tapped out real quick. That was the weirdest fucking finish ever. I thought, being, I had a senior moment. Cody, you bitch! Talking to Nick Aldis. It's San Jose, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Here it's 8 o'clock and it's dark. So, just remember that, why is it must be raining in San Jose. We got water on the camera. I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway. So Nick's under strict orders for something. Oh, it's Joey Roll. I bet you the announcement is for Backlash. Because it was reported today, and I didn't know. I thought it was a joke, but because of my boy Ty1822, who did a video saying that at Backlash it's going to be Cody and Joey Roll in a tag team match against Randy and Pat McAfee. So something's going to happen tonight, which leads into the night one of Mania. So Pat or Joey Roll is going to get involved in that match, whether Cody retains or hopefully Randy wins, because he's been penciled in to win that match. Roman is supposed to win the match against CM Puke. So it is what it is, and that's that. So we'll see what happens with Joey Roll and Cody later. We got Randy and Pat, with Pat's big surprise. We got that. But now it's time for some action. Or more talking, because Mommy Rhea Ripley's here. My brutality! Well, it doesn't have Io, who got destroyed on Raw this past Monday by Jade, Mia Yim, and B-Fab. Laid her out, so Mommy's coming out, and she is pissed. And I would be too, if my best friend, one hot-looking Asian chick, got beat up. I'm pissed off at Jade too, that bitch. Because she's she's the baddest bitch. I'm that bitch. Yeah, the bitch is gonna get destroyed by the bigger bitch, and that's Rhea Ripley. So, we have that. Alright, so, where was I? So Josh Woods beats Matt Maynard in a weird fucking match. And we get that. So like I said, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Moving on. Alright, then we get to Commander, former TV champion, takes on Reggie, who's now not known as Sidney Akeem, which is his real name. It's Soleil, 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 I guess that's how you pronounce it. He's under a mask again. Oh, it's Scripps! It's Scripps, basically, with a new name. And your food is ready. Dumb. So, anyway. So Reggie, under a mask, and commentary acknowledges that it's Sidney Akeem under the mask. Oh, like we didn't know. So he takes on Commander. Pretty good match for 9 minutes. We're getting to the end. A 1905 chinlock goes on, but Commander is right back with a springboard missile dropkick. And then something like a pump handle side effect gives Reggie a near fall. Commander grabs the octopus hold. There's Io. Oh, she's hurting. She's got a little thing on her elbow. You know, she can't really go to... Because she's like, yeah. I don't know why Io's here, but anyway. So we get a side effect for a near fall. Commander grabs an octopus, take it back up. Reggie misses a charge into the ropes, gets kicked down for a near fall. Poison Rana gives Commander a near fall. Reggie is back on a slingshot Canadian Destroyer. But Commander pops right back up, hits a gut buster into Cielito Lindo for the pin in exactly 9 minutes. And that's that. So, we move on with that. Alright, I gotta hear what Io has to say. So I get copyright, I don't care. She assaulted me! Yes, Io, tell it like it is.
At WrestleMania.
Well, she got nothing to do at Mania.
I want a face to her tonight.
Wait, what? Jade versus Io? Tonight? What? That's suicide. Io, you know.
Are you sure this is exactly what you want?
Exactly. I don't think this is the greatest idea. I love my wife, but I mean, you're going into, you know, you committed career suicide. Io's got bad ribs. He's going in with bad ribs already. A bad back. Not for me. And now a messed up wrist, messed up arm. Oh, she's mad. She's mad. When Io gets mad, she gets mad. Oh, here comes Nick Aldis.
Because I had something else in mind, but I never let a good idea pass me by.
Yeah, right.
So you got it. Tonight, San Jose,
It is official. Io versus Jade. Oh, I feel bad for my girl. Oh. Io's gonna get destroyed. I hate saying it because of my girl, my wife, my third amazingly hot Asian wife. But, yeah, I agree with Mommy. Mommy's like, I don't think this is the best idea. I don't think this is a great idea. I don't know. I don't like it. Alright, let's get back to Ring of Honor and we'll finish this off. Alright, so Commander beats Reggie in a good match, 3 out of 5 stars. Then we're going to look at the recent issues between the women of Shane Taylor Promotions, that's Zeta Steel and Red Velvet and Trish Dora as well. Also, Sean Dean cheating on Christiane XO. Uh-oh. Oh, no, not cheating on her. Sean Dean was, Sean Dean cheated last week, the week before, so Anthony, wake me up before you a go-go, could win a match, so we got all that. And, Shane Taylor Promotions in our next match, an 8-man tag team match, I believe. Or 6-man tag, I don't know. Roman. Oh, sorry. My tribal chief is on. Put up your ones for the tribal chief. Alright, so Shane Taylor, I can't talk. Shane Taylor Promotions, that's Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, and, and the infantry, that's, Carly Bravo and Sean Dean. Oh, it is an 8-man tag. So an 8-man tag team match, they take on the Von Erichs, Marshall, and Ross, and the Bang Bang Gang of Ace Austin, and, let me get my notes here, Ace Austin, Juice Robinson, and, I believe, Juice Robinson, Ace Austin, Colton, and I think it's Colton and Austin Gunn. So it was a pretty good match, under just about 15 minutes. Everything breaks down. Shane Taylor powerbombs Austin Gunn. Marshall has to make the save. Then he somehow picks up Shane Taylor. You know, he's big and he's fat. You know, Austin kicks Sean Dean into the fold by Ace Austin. 1, 2, 3. So the Von Erichs and the Bang Bang Gang get the win over Shane Taylor Promotions in under 15 minutes. And Ian Riccaboni said that Ace Austin pinned 1/3 of the Ring of Honor six-man tag team champions. But sadly, it was an 8-man tag there, Ian. Yeah, he pinned 1/3 of the champs, but it was in an 8-man tag. It doesn't count as a 6-man. Dumbass. So maybe get a 6-man tag team title match out of that with the Bang Bang Gang and 3/4 of the Shane Taylor Promotions. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, 3 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Moving on. Alright, then Buster and the Brain are ready to change the Ring of Honor Tag Team Division. We'll see what happens with that. And then we get to our next match, Action Andretti taking on AR Fox. This was pretty damn good. 2 high flyers battling it out. They know each other so well from previous times they fought. We're getting to the end of a 17-minute match. Great match. Split-legged moonsault gives Action Andretti a near fall. AR Fox comes right back with some kicks to the head. And then he hits a basement giddy casa, bang! So he goes up top, only to get caught with a running version of the Spanish Fly. That'll make Joel Maximo think twice, you know what I mean? Because he and Joel and Jose, the Maximo brothers are the forefathers of the Spanish Fly. They created it. And we all know Joel trained me, so he's my mentor, so. Didn't train me for long, but still. I have some wrestling training. So I'll still kick your ass, Gary Cutler, all day. Bang! Moving on. Springboard clothesline into a running shooting star press. Gives Action Andretti a near fall. We all know Action Andretti is, I believe, the brother, or it was the protege of Amazing Red. We all know him from House of Glory and TNA. So it gets a near fall to that. As does the Torture Rack neck breaker. Then they slug it out until a springboard spinning cross body drops AR Fox, and then Action Andretti dives into a Gimme Cutter! Bang! Then AR Fox goes up 450, 1, 2, 3. AR Fox gets the win over Action Andretti. Okay, we'll go with that. 17-minute classic, 3.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, a code of honor, sportsmanship. Yay! You gotta love that. And that's that. Alright, Intercontinental title match between Pentagon, Zero, Miedo, and El Vikingo. I think this week at the Triple A show. That should be interesting. And then we got EO and Jade tonight. Non-title, obviously. Jade's too pussy to put the title on the line against my girl EO. Pussy. We got that. Now it's time for Bayley! Give me a hug. Bayley will take on somebody she knows very well, and that's Miss Bliss. San Jose's own Bayley, by the way, in her hometown. Hometown girl with Bird Lady Lyra Valkyria, the Lassie Beach from Ireland. Yay, Bayley's in her hometown. Even though she likes the Niners. She likes the San Jose Sharks, that's one thing, because she's from San Jose. But, you know, she's good friends with my boy George Kittle and his wife, and his hot fucking wife, by the way. Oi. So, let's see how this match goes. Move on. Alright, so AR Fox beats Action Andretti, Code of Honor at the end. You love to see it. And that's that. Alright, then we get to women's tag team action. We got the Installation, or the Iconics. That's Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They take on Viva Van, who hasn't won a match in Ring of Honor to save her life. She teams up with Frankie B, whatever that is. And when are you gonna say squash match? Under 3 minutes. Did I say under 3 minutes? Pretty much. The Inspiration get the win after Viva Van gets knocked down again, and then they hit the Idolizer on Frankie B, so at least Viva Van didn't take the pin this time, but Frankie B takes the pin. 1, 2, 3, straight up squash match. I think it was the Inspiration's first match in Ring of Honor, so why not? So 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. So the Inspiration get the win, and then after the match, lucky guy Ian Rika Boring gets in to interview them. So it's like, that's the Inspiration. So they let him leave. Thank God we didn't have to see him the rest of this fucking time. So they leave. So he leaves, and then they talk about how awesome they are, and then they post. Did they say how awesome they are? Yes, Mike. They did. Who said that? The Inspiration, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Oh, those two lovely ladies from Australia? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I'll let them say it, but they know that I'm more awesome than them. I can put them to it. No, Mike. We don't put the ladies to tables unless it's deserved. But these two ladies are pretty, they're very nice ladies. They're very hot, so you can't do that. Well, what can I do? You can shake their hand. Okay, I'll do that. What are you gonna do, Mr. Joseph? I'll give him a hug. Hug. Aren't you married? Shut up, Mike. Damn it. Alright, Mike, I gotta finish up. I gotta watch SmackDown as well. You watching SmackDown too? Yeah, it's been okay. I hope your wife wins. Yeah, I hope Io wins too. But I don't like her chances against Jade. Yeah, that Jade, she's a bitch. If I was alive today, I'd kick her ass, put her through a flaming table, because I'm awesome. I know, Mike. You're crazy, too. What do you mean I'm crazy? You're crazy, motherfucker. Jerome! Whoa, calm down. What do you mean by that, Jerome? Don't make me come fuck you up again. You're gonna go fuck me up, motherfucker. Alright, guys, stop it now. Stop, please. Don't make me come up there. Just calm down. Jerome, you go to the bar, you snort some more cocaine. Mike, go find some fat chicks and fuck them just for me, okay? Alright, you have a good show. Jerome, leave me alone, bastard. You stay away from my coke stash, motherfucker. Okay, guys, just stop, okay? Just have fun. Mike, say goodbye. Bye! Jerome, say goodbye. Bye, motherfucker. Sorry, I'm sorry. They just... Alright, so the inspiration get the win, and then they post, and that's it. 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we're going to look at Myron Reed beating Monsieur. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Okay. Alright, then we got the Rascals of Desmond Xavier and, I think it was Zachary Wentz. Or was it Myron Reed? Yeah, Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier, little MXM action. Reunion. They take on the workhorseman of J.D. Drake and say his name, and he appears. I believe in Anthony Henry. Alright, this was a pretty good tag team match. Getting to the end, Drake's headbutt gets a near fall. Desmond fights up, gets over to the corner, gets the hot tag to Zachary Wentz to pick up the pace. Zachary gets a strike away, calling a big, huge kick to Anthony Henry. Ow. And then everything breaks down. Push moonsault hits Henry's raised knees. Smart. They know that move. And then the Rascals kick Anthony Henry back down. Then they finally hit the push moonsault. This time, 1, 2, 3 to get the win in a little over 10.5 minutes. Match-wise was pretty decent. 3 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, then Action Andretti and AR Fox, they're in the back. And, you know, they were happy with their match earlier in the night, and they're going to run it back next week. But Action Andretti says, this time, I'm going to win. Alright, so we'll see what happens with that match next week. Let's run it back. Why not? I'm for that. Alright, then we got, yeah, he's still, I don't know how he's still the champ, but he's still the champ. The men's TV champion, Nick Wayne, he comes out with his mom. Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. Yes! Ugh. She's back. Non-title Proving Ground match against Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order. You know, this is similar to the, if you watch Wow Women of Wrestling, the Enlightened, they do this. Almost the same thing. If I'm Tony Khan, I'm like, hey, you can't use that! Or if I'm Evil Uno, the man who's not really evil, he's like, hey, you still no gimmick! Anyway, this match was alright. We're getting to the end. 6-minute match. They trade shots to face until Reynolds grabs a neck breaker for a near fall. Then a clothesline and a fisherman's buster give him another near fall. Followed by a string of fruit roll-ups for near falls. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then Nick Wayne gets right back up. Spin kick to the head, almost Black Mass-like. Kick to the head, knocked Alex Reynolds the fuck out. Goes for the cover, 1, 2, 3, gets the win. And that's it. And then after the match, Nick and his mom talk about being the future of Ring of Honor because he'd still be here in 20 years. Yeah, because he's like 20-something years old. It's like 23, 24 years old. His mom's like, what, 40, 50 years old? Still hot. He's a MILF. Hey, Christian knows all about that. How's our fathers doing this evening? I banged both your moms! Oh. You crazy, man. And we get that. Alright, so Nick Wayne gets the win. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then I think we get to the... Is this the main event? I think this is. Yes. Main event of Ring of Honor. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz take on Buster and the Brain from GCW. Not a great match. 8.5 minutes on the dot. Getting to the end, they exchange strikes to face, and then everybody's knocked down. Ortiz gets struck in the corner. That didn't last long because a Doomsday faceplant, ow, drops Jordan Oliver. Oh, it's Jordan Oliver and what's the other guy's name? Fuck. I can't think of his name. Price. Alex Price. Sorry. So Doomsday faceplant drops Jordan Oliver. They load it up again, but Alex Price runs in with a Hurricanrana for the save. He goes for an Eddie Guerrero frog splash. Missed, because you're not Eddie Guerrero. That's right, he's not me, because I only can do that. Stupid big deal. Okay, Eddie, calm down. Anyway, so he misses the frog splash, and then Ortiz with a quick fruit roll up on Alex Price. 1, 2, 3. They get the win, and that's pretty much it. Match-wise, it was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it for Ring of Honor. So, then after the match, they actually, Code of Honor, you love to see it. And that's that. Sportsmanship. So, sportsmanship night on Ring of Honor. We got not 1, but 2 Code of Honors. You love it. But, great night of action. They came back with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 matches. Wow. Something that's rare for Ring of Honor on TV. Usually they have like 4 matches, but I think this went like an hour and a half, 2 hours, I think. But still, not a bad show per se. I'm going to give it 6.25 out of 10 stars, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I am out of here. We're going to watch the rest of SmackDown. We got Bayley and Ms. Bliss. Ooh, that was nasty. Little Lexi DDT. And Bayley kicked out, grabbing her leg. That's not good. So we'll see what happens with that. Because these ladies are going into that Fatal 4-Way match next weekend for the women's tag team titles. But if Nikki Bella is not cleared for that match, maybe Asuka and Kairi get put in. They're not going to win the belts, obviously. So we can see Kairi turning on Asuka at Mania. Not the way we want it. But if Nikki is not cleared, then most likely they're going to put in Kairi and Asuka, and then Io is lost in the shuffle. Sucks. Tiffany's not on Mania. Poppy Priest is not at Mania. A lot of big stars are not at Mania this year, and I don't like it. For a little victory roll there by Bayley. Lexi with an O'Connor roll in the ropes, though. Okay. Alright, so see how this match ends. I do see the champions coming out and beating the fuck out of both of them. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for Impact, and 6.25 out of 10 stars for Ring of Honor. 2 pretty decent shows. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Like Trick Witty would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back a little bit later tonight with your Dynamite review. We were talking about Collision on Sunday, because I want to do Collision, then the predictions for Dynasty, and that's that. So I wanted to do Impact going into Rebellion. We'll do the Rebellion. We do Rebellion tomorrow after my SmackDown review. So get the predictions for Rebellion tomorrow. And then Rebellion review, I'm going to try to get it in by sometime on Sunday. But like I said, a lot of videos coming because it's WrestleMania week. Lots of videos coming. I'm going to try to get everything done by next Sunday. But after night 2 is done, hopefully all my reviews are in. And hopefully not too late. So I might have to pull an all-nighters. So, just to get them in. And then after the Raw after Mania, I think we're back on a actual normal schedule. And that's that. Lexi just pinned Bayley. What are you going to do? And there you go. So Lexi beats Bailey. Match is still official. Bells are still in, but we have to see how Nikki's injury is, if she's gonna get cleared, or they're gonna take them out, put the Kabuki Warriors in. I would rather put Julia and Kiana James in, then put Io, Asuka, and Kairi, or Io and Asuka in that match. But we'll see what happens. What happens later tonight and by Monday. Alright, now we got a recap of Sami Zayn beating Mello last week, which pissed everybody off. And then Trick Willie and Lil Yachty beating the fuck out of Sami Zayn. Love that. Still, I still think Mello should be in this match as a triple threat. But I think Mello hurt his knee, so he's gonna be out of action for a little bit. So I guess he could take his honeymoon. Speaking of Mello, he's in the trainer's room getting his leg looked at. He's talking to Matt fucking Cardona. So we have that. And now Little Yachty and Trick Willie come in, kind of making fun of Mello's little knee issue. So we have that. I bet you're going to get Trick Willie versus Matt Cardona tonight. I have a feeling. So Trick and Mello yapping. Little Yachty trying to play the voice of reason. So we'll see what happens with that. So Mello has to rehab his knee, so I guess he's not gonna be clear for Mania. Now Little Yachty talking some smack. Mello's like, "I'm gonna beat your ass." And Mello's like, I hope you do win at Mania so I can take the title back from you. And then they mention catering to Matt Cardona, the king of catering, basically. Stupid ass gingerbread shirt. And Cardona's talking to Little Yachty, and Little Yachty's taking offense to what he said. So I guess we got a match between Trick Willie and Matt Cardona coming up. Not that I want to see that, but okay. And that's that. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. A little SmackDown preview there. A little in-look, whatever you want to call it. But that's it. I'm out, guys. Until next time, peace.